turns cold. Thinking about
How you doing, YouTube?
sadness from my heart, the bullets
Give me a
from
second.
the dark. Helpless I surrender, shackled by the love. Holding you like me, poison on your head. Only when it's over, silence is so hard. Lose almost love, lose almost, lose almost love, lose almost love. Then I heard that sound when the walls came down. I'm thinking about you, about you. When my skin grows old, when my breath turns cold, I'm thinking about you, about you. Now run out of breath to breathe, it's your voice I see. I was thinking about you. Lose almost love, lose almost love.
Lead ourselves in love.
How you doing, YouTube? Let's see if I can tip the camera up a little bit here. Ah, man, I tell you, same old, and we're still rolling. Get up there. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, come up here today. Ain't nobody here. I can relax. Ain't got a bunch of distractions. I'm gonna stay here long. It's enough to maybe do one dent for y'all, you know. I'm gonna take the rest of the day off and relax, man. I'm just just doing the best I can, you know what I'm saying? Don't wanna wear my crap out, you know. Got this brace on because my hand's still broke. Can you believe that? I didn't know that it was possible until my doctor told me that you could run around with a broke arm. The ligaments in there, when you got fingers that are moving all the time, it doesn't heal. And even if they put it in a cast, it's not going to heal. They got to go in there and cut me open, put like a, one doctor said a nail. I don't think they use nails. Maybe it's some kind of special nail or screws or plates or something. I don't know. There's just different applications that they can do to fix this wrist to make it heal. Right now there's just a bone flying around in there. I don't know which one it is, but it's never going to heal because they're not touching each other, and they need to go in there and cut it and join them together. And I'm tired of getting cut on. I've been cut on with my back, been cut on with my leg. I guess that's what happens when you get on them motorcycles, huh? Oh man, I miss them motorcycles, man. I want to get back on one so bad. But, oh well, I'm still thinking about it. I wanted to talk about Bondo and the tricks that people use and what I've tried and where I've failed and where I've just wasted time. This is what they use here at the body shop. There is another kind that they use that's yellow and it's premium. This is lightweight body filler. It's not like the Bondo brand that's thick and hard as a rock. This is a little easier to sand. And this is glaze. It's finishing putty. And you use that for like scratches and stuff. This is U-pole. This stuff is hard as a rock. Most glaze is like real fine, real creamy, and you can sand dolphin glaze real easy. It's real soft. This stuff here, gold glaze, flowable glaze, it's metal glaze. Direct to metal. This stuff here, you can put it over the top of primer and stuff like that for scratches. But a lot of the things that I've learned at a lot of places and getting online and looking is you can take this stuff here and mix it with your Bondo. And that's what I was doing until I come up here and learn from my partner. He told me, I mixed it up, put it on a body, put it on a dent, you know, after I got the dent already, put it on the dent, and go to sand it down with some 36, and he got to looking real close and he sees pits in the Bondo. I said, is that air bubbles? He goes, no, bro. He says, that's that glaze that you're sticking in with the Bondo. And I go, well, we can't use that? And he goes, dude, it's all on, people do it different ways. Everybody has their own thing. He says, but in my personal opinion, he made me understand that you got to mix that glaze and Bondo together thoroughly. Complete, thorough mix. I mean, you got to mix it and 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 mix it some more and mix it some more. It doesn't matter if the color on it looks like it's mixed. You got to keep mixing. And he says the time that you waste mixing that up, you could have spent time using a machine to take down the bulk of your Bondo, or, you know, with 36 or other ways of cheating the system. He says, and you actually can cause yourself a lot more work by mixing your glaze with your Bondo. It does work, but it takes a lot of effort to do so. Another thing he caught me doing was when I come up here, I had my own the plastic Bondo blades, and he caught me not on this one. I was going to say, I thought my dog done pooped on the floor. It's bones. Here, you want some bones? Look there. I got my dog up here with me this morning. But I had cardboard, you know, the kind of cardboard that comes in around the body panels, and I was mixing my Bondo on the cardboard, because when I was done mixing, you can take the Bondo blade and leave a little bit of putty on the edge of that Bondo blade and stick it to the cardboard, and it peels off and leaves you a clean blade. What I didn't know is that when you're mixing on the cardboard, you need a hard surface like this to mix on. He says you can mix on cardboard, but you got to smooth your Bondo out. Put a little bit of Bondo on the cardboard, smooth the Bondo out and get it real smooth and nice and smooth. You know, sand it down and get it real smooth. That way, when the next time you come around, your Bondo, you're mixing Bondo on top of used Bondo, whatever you want to call it, a skin of Bondo. Because the oils and stuff and the hardener and stuff actually soaks into the cardboard. So, and also the cardboard has the little movement of this, and it makes it harder for you to mix your Bondo. He also told me that mixing Bondo with these blades, his personal experience, it's just a lot harder. He doesn't like it. He thinks that for him personally, he says it's a waste of time because it flexes. So I come up with a system my own way. I decided not to use the cardboard. I still stick the blade on a piece of cardboard when I'm done with it, because if you put these in gas or you put them in dirt wax and grease remover, you leave them in thinner, they start warping. And it takes the shiny coat finish off of it, and it just basically wears out the blade a lot quicker. So, in that said, I use the metal blade to mix with. I mix it up. I get it mixed up with this blade here, and you grind these off and reuse them again and again and again. They do last a lot longer. My partner, he puts his Bondo on and he leaves it kind of thick. You know, he puts it on there real thick with these. I like to use these because it puts it on really smooth, really smooth. And that way I don't have so many lines in my Bondo, and I don't have to put so much Bondo on the vehicle. But it's just all in, and then you got these for your spot putty. You can use these for spot putty. It's a real hard one. These are really hard. You can also use these to, when you apply your tape, you know, you can use it to, you You can use it for that. You can use these for carving water off of a panel. That's why I like these. I brought all these plastic ones with me. He really don't use any of the plastic blades. And I just wanted to share that with you out there and discuss that with y'all. You know, you can create your own process of doing that. It's okay to use and mix all this stuff together. I noticed that when you take a little bit of this and you mix it with the Bondo, because this is hard, it's creamy at first. You can mix it with your Bondo and it makes your Bondo a lot creamier to where you can work with it a lot easier when you're putting it on. But here's the thing, if you're going to take and have to put a fill coat in there, from experience, even though the dent is like this thing is flat, when I put a Bondo on there and I go to sand it down with 36, I'm still going to have a low spot, maybe somewhere in there. And then that's called the fill coat. It fills the bulk of the dent. When you start sanding it down, you start seeing some high spots, this, that, and the other. I guess I'll just get started with it and mix up some right now and see what happens. I don't like to, some of the guys up here, they like to take the blade and scoop it out. I'm like, to each their own. I'm pouring mine. Just pour it out like this. Let's see if I can get the camera there. Yeah. You just pour it out like this and then you carve it off. I don't like digging mine out of the bucket, and I hate it when it gets so low. I hate when it gets so low on the bucket that you have to dig it out of there. I hate that because you get it all over your hand and everything else. The hardener thing for me, at first I was mixing my mud, not really hot, but medium. And my work time, unless you're really experienced with working with your Bondo, if you put too much hardener in there, it's going to freeze up on you soon, and you're going to wind up with a mess, because you're not going to get the smooth finish on here that you need. What I do is I just draw me a little line on there like that. And then I mix it up. Sometimes I'm still screwing up, you know. I ain't mastered the technique of really putting this Bondo on. Like my partner, man, and like the other guys that work in here, they work for my partner. They get in here and they work with this stuff and they mix it up kind of medium hot, and they'll get on there and they'll smear it on there and it just looks so pretty, you know, perfect. And I'm still struggling with training my brain to my hand and learning how to flex this thing certain ways for different surfaces. I better hurry up and quit talking because this stuff's going to harden up on me and I'm going to be angry at myself and letting it get hard while I'm talking to you. You only got just a short window. Depends on how much Bondo hardener you put in it. I've noticed that the different temperatures, how it depends on a lot of things, on the temperatures, everything else. The certain kinds of hardeners harden a lot quicker. Certain kinds of Bondos harden a lot quicker. It just depends on the brand of the Bondo and the brand, you know. Just the different Bondos I've noticed harden at different times, and I've made a mistake. And you always got to clean these metal blades up. I hate that crap. All right, here we go. I think I ought to mix it a little more. Hope it's not getting hard already. Sitting here talking to y'all, it's getting hard. It ain't getting hard yet. That's what I like about these. Is you can smear this stuff on here real smooth. Those other metal blades, maybe I can show you. I'm going to put this one up. this is what I was talking about. You see that? See that stuff right there? You just stick it on the top of your plastic and it sticks there. And you wait for it to dry, you peel it off, and it comes off in one, and you don't have to sit there and grind it. Where's that other little blade at? Show you the difference. Yeah, you can see. Well, you can't see this one over here. Now you can see that one over there. You got to put these on a lot thicker, and it ain't smooth. I don't think it is. I don't like it. It's just, I don't like the way it feels. I just don't like it. Ah! Man! This stuff's getting hard already. I hate it when that happens. Dadgummit. Man. See, it's already getting hard. My little stick trick I don't think is going to work. Because it's already starting to get hard. Dadgummit. Made a mess out of it already. Ah, this stuff burns when it gets on your skin. Well, you probably can't see it. I don't know why it drew blood. You're pulling that crap off. This is why, another reason why I don't like making videos when I'm still learning. And because of reasons like this, I gotta focus. I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I didn't even pay attention to what's going on. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it, but that's a little dot of blood right there. No, I think that was I think that might have been a scab the Bondo pulled off. Or a scratch that I had. I've never seen Bondo draw blood like that. That must have been a scab. I hate cleaning these things, man. Catch it before it dries all the way, you can scrape these metal blades. Like so. And then you got another metal Bondo blade, you can carve it off and clean it up real good. But what I've also found out about these metal blades is when you sand them down constantly, and you sand them down constantly, and you're sitting here cleaning it, it's like a razor blade, because you're sanding it, cleaning it, and then it's like sharp, and you're like, you got these two big razor blades more or less in your hand, and you'll cut your finger easy. And I just not my personal thing, these things. I like the plastic. I do like to use them for cleaning up like that. And you can see it a little bit. Or taking it and just barely putting it on there and getting my lines. The Bondo lines off. Just carving the bulk of it off. Man, I wish I had one right here with me. This application really doesn't need it because we don't have no thick dents. But a Sawzall blade, the metal Sawzall blades, I was using a cheese grater. Man, I really wish I would have thought about that, man. I've been wanting to show you all that trick. But you can take a Sawzall blade, a long one or different size, whatever ones you want, you know, whatever. Like if you got a big, large area like you're doing, like I did on Mason's truck, I had a long Sawzall blade about this long. And I mudded the door up, completely got that thing down to bare metal, the whole door. I mudded it up, and I took that Sawzall blade and I carved the Bondo. And it was so much easier than using a cheese grater. I mean, I've used a cheese grater for years on my own stuff, and it just carves like, it's like cheese. It looks like cheese when it goes on the floor. That's why they call it a cheese grater. But that Bondo blade, it's got those little tiny teeth in it, and it's like using 36 actually. It's got the same coarse. It's got this. It winds up giving the same texture on the Bondo when you're done taking it down as 36 almost. And that was a trick that blew my mind when I seen it. I said, a Sawzall blade, imagine that. But anyway, then after you get the Bondo on there, this is what I've learned. You just bust it down, man. I got to take it all the way back down. That's these two things are my feel coats. Let's see if I can get me a. Whoa, okay, it's not wet. The Bondo's stuck on my ass and everything else, man. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's kind of a tight fit in here. This is Sunday. They got all the cars in here. So everything's jammed in here, you know, because it's Sunday and no cars are left. Some cars are allowed to leave outside. It just depends on what's in the car. Like if it's an old rust bucket outside, those are okay to leave outside. But nice cars or cars that's got nice motors in them and stuff like that, he's not taking a chance leaving that for somebody to go midnight auto shopping, you know. But anyway, here it goes. Don't tell me. This Bondo, this doesn't, you can't tell me this DA does not work. And that is crazy. Either that or the compressor was turned off. And I got the compressor plugged in. Yeah, that DA cylinder is broken! The palm cylinder's broken. That's still 36. It's always important to cover. Like, I don't want to scratch Lou's truck, his door up. He will kill me. Well, actually, he won't kill me. He would be just very disappointed and going, man, you're causing yourself more work. So, I got that there to protect it. You can work around it, but you know, if you turn your head or something, or when you go to blocking, you got to use strokes, cross strokes, and your block's going to fall off over here and scratch this new paint over here. And we're not going to repaint this. This is good paint. We might color sand it down and put some more clear on it, because the clear that other body shop used, I don't know if he likes it. It's not a high gloss clear. That the fender wells, he told me, he says, the fender wells are shinier than the whole damn truck. He says, that's going to look funny. I said, well, if you want us to, we'll just shoot more, sand this stuff down. But right now, I think he just wants the truck together so he can drive. But anyway. Notice I'm working the Bondo around the edges first. Because if you just want to leave this thing in one spot right here, it's going to make dips and pits. Right now, my main objective is to get the feel coat down. And you can see where it starts turning colors and stuff. I do have an air file that I use, but on these smaller dents, it's not really that wide of an area. And so I just like to use the 36 on a palm sand. Talking to y'all and forgetting, huh? Hard to talk with the mask on! Yeah, I just bumped that. See how I just bumped that? And I got the fan blowing on me right now. Most of the time I cut the fan off when I start doing sanding, or have the fan behind me so it blows away from me. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just learning, you know. But that's why I got this here, because I just bumped that. The cardboard, that's why the cardboard is there. Matter of fact, let's do a double whammy on this thing, in case I bump it again a little harder. Maybe go a little further, do this, over. That way, we're good. But when I'm doing this, I'm doing cross stroking it. Cut this way, cut it this way. Because if you just go this way, it's going to leave ripples. You can also take spray paint on the top of Bondo and spray paint it, you know, for beginners. That's how I learned. You can spray paint that black spray paint on there. But after a while, you can start, like right now, I got a high spot right here. It's almost down there where I need it. Oh. I'm going to stop right there. Because then we're going to take our hand blocks and some 80 grit. And we're going to cross stroke it like this. And cross stroke it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't do like this. In my past, I made a lot of mistakes. Even, it's just sometimes you can, you know, it just depends on where you're at, what you're doing. But cross stroking like this, it makes it to where you're not. I don't know how to explain it, man. That's another reason why I with videos, man, I'm not a teacher. You know, I guess maybe you can learn by watching me and seeing me make mistakes and learn from my mistakes, maybe so, or something, but I just know the way that it works best for me. Not everybody does it the same way. My partner, he don't even use an airfoil. I have 3 airfoils. I start out with 36, and that's the long stroke the long stroke airfoil. Then I got one that's an airfoil that does a little bit shorter strokes, and that's got the usually a 80 grit on it. And then the 180 has the little bitty strokes on it, you know. And I just I don't hardly ever use the 80 grit sandpaper on the airfoils, except for when I got really large areas like that door I did. Airfoils don't work like, you see how this starts contouring out this way? An airfoil ain't gonna work here. You put the airfoil this way, it's curved this way, and airfoil ain't gonna work here. They do sell airfoils that contour, it's got little springs in it, but they're really expensive. Give me a second. gonna leave that. I got a round sanding block. The round ones that look like, you know, well, they just look like, you know. And I use a flat on this spot. Did I move it? I'm over here working on the camera and didn't even show y'all what the heck I'm working on. Because I bumped the camera or something. Dadgummit. I ain't good at doing this, man. I'm learning. I guess I'm learning how to do the camera work too. Dadgummit. Crammed in here. I was working the thing like this. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna use my round. I got blocks that are curved. I got blocks that are round. I got short ones and long ones. I got all kinds of blocks because I love to use the blocks. You know, my partner had to tell me, man, that because of your arm, you know, because he uses a lot of blocking techniques and he uses the DA sander, and you know, a lot of the other guys around here are using a lot of block techniques with 36 on them, and they just get down and muscle to it. And but if I don't, when I'm using this hand, it's fine. But when you got to turn around and use, you know, flip around and do it the other direction, this hand is not holding up for me, and I'll have to quit a lot quicker than the rest. So he's showing me how to use power tools efficiently without creating yourself more work, because if you don't use your power tools correctly, you can actually cause yourself more work in the long run, because you're gonna have to keep putting it back on and taking it off. And that's what I've been doing a lot of, and that's why I've refrained in not making videos right now, because I'm learning. But I've got it down now to where this is a fill coat. That thing's ready to be blocked with some 80 grit. I got my long block that I'm going to use for that. Cut it this way, feel it, cut it this way, feel it. And then we'll take some glaze and then we'll skim it to cover up all these little cracks, not cracks, but you know, these. I just like to skim my crap after I'm all said and done. This is just a fill coat. I'll take it down with 80 grit, and then you'll see on the edges sometimes you got a little bit of, you use the glaze for a little bit of imperfections and work it out like that. This one's not going to take that long. I don't know if he wants me to weld these holes up or not. Lou, do you want the holes welded? He's got some rust spots down here on the bottom. Okay, it says I'm running out of time, fellas. My memory card's getting full. Might cut off any minute. It's got some rust spots on the bottom. They ain't much. They're pinholes, but maybe a little bit bigger than a pinhole. Like there's nothing down there size of a pencil lead. They're just little bitty holes. And I think that if you try to weld that, it's going to burn through the metal and cause us more work. And he doesn't want to replace panels and go to cutting on it. He just wants us. He said just take some metal. Fiberglass, dino hair, what do you want to call it? It's Bondo fiberglass. It's not the liquid fiberglass. It's got fiberglass in Bondo. It's hairy, and I think that's what we're going to do down there. But I'm gonna shut this video down. I think I'm just going to go home. I came up here just today to make a video of showing you what I've learned so far, and this is what I've learned so far. Little small dents and big dents, and actually I can do them. I just need to get quicker at it. But to tell you the truth, man, I don't really think that I want to work at a body shop and make money hourly at a body shop. It's not going to be my thing. If I want to do anything, it's going to be work on my own stuff as a hobby type of a thing and try to be productive. That's what the whole thing is being productive in that area too, so you don't waste money and time in that area. And actually try to flip some cars. I got my eyes set on a 68 Chevy, a 68 El Camino and another 68 El Camino, and the guy wants $3,500 for all three of them. Normally, somebody would think, some people are thinking, they're kind of back and forth, man, you can't make no money on that. Well, you're not going to make no money on it if you don't at least do the body work on the outside of the El Camino. Nothing, no complete restoration job. Just something like this. Put some Bondo on the minor dents. It has no major dent work in it, not wrecked or nothing. I think the Chevy car is it's got a big old dent in the quarter panel. I was want to go over there and shoot a video of it. I need to go over there and look at the floor pans, because I don't want to have to, you know, if it's got the floor pans done in them, man, I don't want to try to sell somebody a car with license plates screwed in it and pop riveted in it. I don't know, man. You'd be amazed at what people will buy. You know what I'm saying? It's just the name of the game. You know, you give them a car, you know, you tell them, hey, man, it is what it is. It's as is. And just fix the outside of it and make it look pretty. A lot of people really don't care about what the floor looks like or any of that. They're not a car collector. They don't care. You know, they're not there to drive a classic car that's been totally restored and had the frame rotisserie and all that other crap, you know, everything painted. They could care less what's underneath it, what's in the floorboard, what's in the trunk. Some of them don't even care if the interior's shot. They just like that skin, you know. And that's what I was thinking about doing, was trying to turn a couple of those. But first I got to get my LTD up here at the shop. I do have a place that we're going to clean out in the front of the shop up here, and I'm going to try to pull it up here with a tow dolly and try to put the motor in it. I don't see why I can't do it myself. My partner knows how to weld. It ain't no rocket science, I don't think. I've been scared of doing it because I don't want to mess something up, but I'm tired of waiting on everybody else to help me, and I'm up here and I got rights to the shop, and that's why I came up here to meet the guy and help him out a lot and learn from him and make him laugh and make the rest of the employees laugh up here and have a good time with him. I'm kind of like the water boy, you know what I'm saying? I make him laugh, and I like to make people laugh and make them happy. And anyway, I'm gonna get off here and say goodbye. Let me see if I can get old Toothless to say goodbye for you. He's sitting up in their office because he don't like the sound as DA, and I really don't like him around when I'm saying it either. Toothless, come here! Come here, boy, come here, come here.
It's a special baby. You want to say goodbye? Come on. Come on. Go say goodbye to the peoples. Yeah.
He usually don't come up here with me, man. I'm too, all the chemicals and stuff up here, I don't want him breathing them and shorten his life. And there ain't no mask that'll fit him. I just brought him up here today because, you know, I enjoyed being with him, and he really wanted to go this morning. He's tired of being cooped up in the house, so I brought him up here and let him chase the whatever he could find in the yard out in the back there. And then I seen some holes in the fence, so I brought him in here and put him in the office. But anyway, long video, huh? 38 minutes. See y'all later till next time. Limster out.